Hello there, welcome to the Detroit Grand Prix of 1984 with the real life starting grids, and we are going to see how this pans out today. Look at that guy on the left there, how happy does he look? So, Nelson Piquet on pole yet again, Prost second yet again. Piquet, he's already got a 15-point lead in the World Championship, and considering that the closest guy to him, René Arnoux, is down in 15th on the grid, it looks like this may well be starting to turn into a season of pure dominance. Obviously, DeAngelis and Rosberg are there. Oh, Rosberg is right down in 21st. Goodness knows what Williams have done the last couple of races, but their development has been very, very poor, and Williams are nowhere at the moment. DeAngelis, the only rival for Piquet, who's up in the top six, really, and he's been eclipsed by his teammate Nigel Mansell. He's only in fifth, so it's going to be a difficult race for Piquet's title rivals, and they will be desperately needing Piquet to have an issue, because if Piquet finishes this race with a win, or even with a second place, he's going to be starting to pull that gap out to well over 2 race wins, maybe even towards 3. So, yep, that's how this weekend is looking to go. We've seen a few improvements. Ayrtonsenna 7th on the grid in his Toleman, Martin Brundle 11th in his Tyrrell, and Beloff 16th in his Tyrrell. So Tyrrell have improved. Ligier dropped back a little bit. De Cesaris still up in the top 12, just. But yeah, so a lot of things are moving around. But then we're used to the grids moving around and being very different orders from one race to the next. But Piquet right now is becoming a constant, and at least he hasn't got to worry about getting past an out-of-place car here today. He is very much on pole position and looking to pull away. Alainprost, of course, he'll be looking to get a first victory of the season for McLaren. He's had a couple of second places now. You know, it's surely time for McLaren to try to get that win, and that would, I think, please everybody. We've been waiting for that, but we shall see what happens in the Detroit Grand Prix. So there's Piquet on the front row. There's Mr. Happy Man again. Check his little smiley face out, and the guy in the cool little green dad hat behind him. But there we go, we're off the line. Piquet, there he goes, away, and Prost. And Mansell getting around the outside of Prost. Well, this is an opportunity potentially for Lotus, and Mansell can do that, but Prost holds the inside line and stays ahead of the Lotus out of turn 1. As Nelson Piquet leads the field. Prost having a little look now at Piquet and almost clips the barrier. Got to be careful of that. It's very easy to lose your front wing round here, and Alainprost will be mindful of that, as will everybody else. And it's very easy to throw away, even to throw away a win here by doing that. So Piquet, therefore, is driving cautiously. He has got the track position. It's hard to pass on the street circuit. He will use that to his advantage, and he will potentially back the field at the pace that he wants to go at. Although Prost clearly wants to go quicker, clearly wants to find a way through. But Nelson Piquet right now is holding on. The order still unchanged from their grid positions, and yeah, I think Lauda he started 10th. I think Lauda might have found his way up and made one position maybe over Tom Bader. Prost again getting a little bit close to comfort with the walls. Surely he can't go on and do that for the entire race without damaging his car. So yeah, there's opportunity maybe for Prost here. Everybody's trying to pull out and having a look, but nobody is able to make that move right now, and Piquet still leads. Prost in second, Mansell in third, Alboreto sitting behind in his Ferrari in fourth. Then it's DeAngelis and Derekwarwick in 6th place. So that is the top 6 for you right now here in Detroit. They come through down the tunnel, and Piquet is he's going towards the end of the lap now. He's pretty soon going to be looking to start lap 2, and it's a 3-lap race. So there's still plenty that could happen here. We know that on the street circuit, anything can change in an instant, in an absolute instant. You look at how the back markers were all running slow and held Prost up, and ended up giving the win to René Arnoux. Mansell having a little look at Prost there, and Prost getting quite slidey, but he does hold on. Yeah, it was to say, remember back to Monaco and how those very slow back markers paid. Oh, Prost having another look there, but not happening, nothing doing there. And yeah, we remember how those back markers played a big influence in the outcome of the Monaco Grand Prix, and effectively handed that win to René Arnoux and took it away from Alainprost. Well, and also it gave Piquet a few positions, didn't it? So anything can happen on a street circuit. Things like that, very strange, random occurrences and goings on. Well, Prost having another look, trying to step out, and Mansell is now closing in on that battle. He wants to have a little go himself. Still, I think his highest career finishes a third place, and he would love to up that to at least a second, if not a win. Had a chance at Kyle Army, maybe had a chance. Oh, Prost getting closer to the wall again. Mansell could have done well in Monaco as well, but wasn't quite able to maximise his opportunity there. And still, the order remains unchanged, and Prost wanting to have another look at Piquet. Mansell behind him wanting to have a look as well. I think nikilauda has moved up into 8th place now, I believe, so still improvement. While everyone else is struggling, Lauda and his canny experience and his just general wisdom is allowing him to move forward. Will it allow him to move forward to the points by the end of the race? He'll have Ayrtonsenna and the Toleman to target next, and Senna will definitely be wanting to make an impression because that car is starting to look a little bit better, and Senna would like to get some points in his debut year, that's for sure. But Piquet still leading Prost, and then there's Mansell and Alboreto. DeAngelis still in 5th place. Prost, this is where we know Prost and Mansell are quite strong, and Piquet isn't. Down into turn 1. Is there going to be a move coming from Prost? No, he's too far back. Mansell, oh, Mansell in a half slide. Is he going to be able to recover that? Has he got front wing still? He has. Miraculously, Nigel Mansell recovers it and is still in a position with no damage, and Prost having a serious look. We cut away briefly, but back, and Piquet once again holds on. So although there's been no shifts in position, this is still a very good race to watch. Still, it's maybe exciting because of what might happen rather than what is happening, but what might happen is still a very intriguing possibility as we enter the last lap here in Detroit. Piquet continues to lead. If the results stay as they are, Piquet would have double the points of DeAngelis, who would be second. That really is turning into a season of dominance. Remember, this is the halfway point today, so can anyone keep him in check? It would certainly help if maybe Piquet was to lose a position and DeAngelis was pull up, but Prost can't find a way through, and again threatens his car. And really, how alainprost is still in this race with no damage is an absolute miracle. Lauda now moving ahead of Ayrtonsenna up in the 7th place, trying just to bring that McLaren into the points he had at the early stage of the season when Prost was getting the 6th places. Lauda's 4th, in which I believe was the San Marino Grand Prix, was McLaren's highest finish at the time, but Prost has since eclipsed his performances, and Lauda remains on only 3 points for the season, while Prost is on 15 now, so and looking to move up onto 21 if he finishes in second here today, and that would mean that Lauda really desperately does start needing a performance. But Nelson Piquet is about to lead through the final chicane. Still the positions haven't changed, but it's not been for lack of trying. Nelson Piquet is going to win the Detroit Grand Prix to open up a 23-point cushion in the World Championship, and a halfway point. He is looking very, very comfortable, and this season it's going to be a long season now for those trying to chase, because they have got a lot of ground to make up, and I don't think Brabham are about to throw it away. Being world champions in 1981 and 83, they're going to want far, far more, and at the moment they are getting it. So here is the race results then. Nelson Piquet, the race winner, indeed, picking up another 9 points. Alainprost, second place. I'm so used to him finishing 6th earlier in the season. Second now seems to be his position, doesn't it? And he picks up a 2nd place. Nigel Mansell picking up another podium for Lotus with 3rd. Michelealboreto 4th in the Ferrari. Eliodeangelis 5th for Lotus, and Derekwarwick picking up the final point just ahead of Nikilauda. So then let's look at the Drivers' World Championship. Nelson Piquet on 46 points. Eliodeangelis back up to 2nd, but he's on 23. Only has half of Piquet's points total. Rene Arnoux, he was never going to do much from 15th on the grid. Finished 14th. He's on 22 points in 3rd. Prost moves up to 4th on 21 points. So if he keeps finishing 2nd, pretty soon he's going to be the closest guy to Piquet. And that will mean he needs to start winning if he wants to offer any sort of challenge. Rosberg, the last couple of races, been absolutely diabolical for Williams, and it's showing in the championship standings, with Rosberg dropping to 5th place on 18. Alboreto back into the top 6 on 17 points. Tombe 7th on 15. Mansell 8th on 13. Warwick 9th on 12. Johansson then 10th on 4. Then it's Fabi, Lauda, Winkelhock and De Cesaris. The Constructors' Championship sees Brabham, even though only one of their drivers... Oh, no, not one of their drivers has scored points. Fabi did pick up 3 earlier in the season, but Brabham, with most of their points coming from Piquet, they're on 49 points, basically winning the constructors single-handedly. Ferrari on 39, Lotus on 36, Renault 27, McLaren 24 and Williams 18. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and take care.